Hi, good morning. So we're going to use our foam roller to start off with, if you have one. And we're just going to put it underneath. Hi, everyone, welcome. And we're just going to start by lying down on it. So you want to have your whole body from your tailbone all the way to your head on the roller. And we want to just melt your spine down into it. We're going to just take deep breaths as we start circling the arms around. So your feet are flat on the mat. They're about hip distance apart. And you're feeling those shoulder blades as they move around and grab onto the roller and then release. And around and grab. Do one more and then we'll change direction. We'll do two more like this. And as you continue, you can feel how your balance is getting better, how your spine is pressing down a little heavier into the roller. Reach the arms straight up over your chest. Turn your hands away and just bend at the elbows. Let them tap down onto the mat or the floor and then reach up. If you're ever at home and you don't have a roller, you can always use a towel that you've rolled up and place it under your spine. It doesn't create as much instability, but it still does some of it. Make sure that you're relaxing the front of the rib cage. This next one, just let the elbows touch down, and then we're going to pivot forward and backwards. So the arms are just moving from the elbow down to the fingers, everything keeping in line. It's not only about flapping your hands and wrists around. You want to feel that rotation through the shoulders. And most people cannot touch back all the way down to the floor. So don't try and force yourself there. Just one more. Let those hands reach back and just let them sink there. Feel the opening in the front of the chest. And then just slowly release. Remove yourself off the roller. And then place it underneath your tailbone. With the knees up. You're going to hold on to either end, both ends. And we're going to do our leg extension, lifting and lowering. You don't want it too high. It mustn't be in your lower back. It must be just by your bum and your tailbone. So it just gives you that slight pelvic lift. Your opposite knee is up in your chest, so you don't have any feet on the mat. So bring the opposite leg up. That's it. So you're balancing. There you go. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to hold on. You can hold on to the roller or you can hold on to your knee. 2 more, please. And then bend that leg into tabletop and we're going to do a little circle. So the knee is making a circle on the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed, navel's pulling back towards your spine. Change direction. And we'll switch legs. So straighten out the opposite leg, lifting and lowering. Inhale and point as you lift. Exhale and flex as you lower. Do 2 more. And then leg in tabletop, we're going to circle around. And change direction. One more. So glue your heels together, open your toes and your knees. You can do our little froggy. So push out and extend and squeeze the inner thighs and then bend and pull in towards you. Exhale and push out. Inhale, pull in. Do 4 more. So we're warming up the legs and the hips, getting circulation going. And then keep the legs straight. Close the feet and take it into your big leg circles, going in opposite directions. Keep those knees very straight, reaching all the way out to your toes. Two more and then change direction. Let's change. And then pause with them over your hips, one foot in front of the other, and then point and flex the feet. So just working into your feet and ankles. then switch, other foot goes in front, point and flex. Knees to tabletop, so the knees are directly over the hips and the feet and shins in line with the knees. We are rotating to the corner, to the side, without letting your shoulder lift off the mat, without letting your hips lift off the roller. So just feel that lovely twist and stretch through your waist. Make sure you're exhaling as you twist. Inhale as you come through the center. And take your time. It must be very controlled. You're going the same speed up and down. You're not just letting those knees flop down. This next one, hold them over to the corner. And we're just going to extend the knees and bend. Keep going to the same side, straighten and bend it in. Make sure you're not arching your back. Trying to press down into the mat, into the roller. This next one, hold it out. The leg that's closest to the floor is going to do a little circle. Make sure that your shoulders are both pressing down. So especially the opposite shoulder, keep pressing down into the mat. Your head is looking straight up at the ceiling. You're not turning. Change direction, circle the other way. So your waist is working hard. Try and press the rib cage down into the mat. 3 more. Feet together, bend the knees, come through the center. Let's go the other way. So rotate and just straighten the legs out and in. Ready, think of pressing down through this opposite rib cage, down through the opposite shoulder. So the twisting is just happening from the waist down. Above the waist, you're completely straight, parallel. Keep the legs out straight. Bottom leg closest to the floor is circling. Those knees as straight as you can. 2 more and then change direction. Go the other way and circle. Last 2. Bend the knees, come back to the center. Just cross your feet at your ankles, open the knees, hold on to your shins, and just push those knees away into a little hip flexor stretch, quad stretch. And then uncross, carefully remove the roller. We'll just put it to the side. Legs are in tabletop. We're just going to tap down one heel at a time, making sure that your spine is glued down into the mat. So you want to be closing the front of your rib cage, pulling your navel back to your spine and pressing that towards the mat. Chest is open, the shoulder blades are pressing down into the mat, away from the ears. And always have your palms facing up so that your shoulders are open. Going to do 2 more. Then hold in tabletop. Hold the legs together. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, curl up through your chin and your chest, reaching the arms forward. We are pulsing. If you want more challenge, you're extending the legs out. Remember, if you need a modification, you bend the legs or put the head down as well to keep pulsing the arms, and then come back up when you're ready for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and release down. Hug it all in. Just gently turn your head from side to side. Bring the legs back to tabletop. Open the arms out wide, out to the sides. We're going to keep our feet touching, and you're going to alternate opening one knee at a time. Inhale through the center. Exhale as you open. Now, as you can see and you notice, you're not rolling through your body. It's just that hip and that glute doing that external rotation, opening that knee. So you're squeezing around through the back of your waist. Your obliques are working. The glutes are working. External rotation. If you would like a little bit more challenge and you'd like to do something with your arms, then bring them up over your chest and you're going to open the opposite arm to the side. Still making sure that your spine stays glued down into the mat. Always exhale as you open, inhale as you close. We'll do 2 more each way. Keep your arms up if you had them up, and then release your feet down onto the mat. And we're slowly going to peel our spine 1 vertebra at a time off the mat up into bridge. Pause for 2 or 3 seconds at the top, and then melt yourself down 1 vertebra at a time, with the back of your waist touching before your tailbone. So you're articulating. Keep flowing through this. Shoulder blades keep pressing down towards the mat. When you're all the way at the top, you're going to just pause those few seconds. You make sure that your form is correct, that your navel is pulling back to your spine, that the front of your rib cage is closed, and that you're scooping your belly button back and in, not pooching it out. So this exercise is very important for the health of your spine, flexibility of your spine. That's why we try to go very slowly and get as much movement as we can. Melt yourself down and just stay down. And then raise one leg straight up to the ceiling. If you want the challenge with your arms up, you may keep them up. If you need more stability and a modification, you put your hands down, because we're doing a big leg circle. And you want as little movement through your body as possible. And you don't want your navel popping off. So you want to keep pressing down with your lower back into the mat. And you want your knee very straight. So working on flexibility here as well. One more and then change direction. Go the other way. Two more. And we'll switch legs. So reach up, get your spine glued in, and then start moving. Now you might find that the second side is easier or more difficult because we're not balanced. So don't worry if you haven't got the same range of motion. You just do what you can, but keep in the form always. That's what's important. So if you're going too big and you're finding that your hips are rolling from side to side, then just tighten up the circle, make it a little smaller. Two more and then change direction. If your arms are up, keep pressing the back of the shoulders down into the mat to work as an anchor. Change direction. Last two. Good. Both feet are down on the mat. We're going to raise up again into bridge. So peel yourself off nice and slowly. Walk your feet a little closer in towards you. And we're going to alternate lifting heels, one heel, then the other heel. So just working into our ankles, our calves, our feet. You're up as high as you can in bridge while still keeping that form. So the navel's pulling back to the spine. Rib cage in front is closed. You're going at a fairly fast pace. Pushing. And now pause for a minute. You're going to rotate the knees and toes inwards. So you knock knee now. And you're going to do the same thing, pedaling, pressing the heels down. Feel how very different that feels now. Activating a completely different angle of your calf, of the foot. Two more each way. Good, bring them parallel. We're going to stay up as high as we can. And now we're just doing little glute squeezes, little butt squeezes. So keep the hips parallel and up and just squeeze and release your glutes. Like you're trying to pinch a marble in your butt cheeks. Squeeze, release. You don't want your body moving. So any people are looking, you can hardly see any movement happening. But if you had to put your hand on your butt, you would feel that muscle contract and release. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it squeezing as you melt down one vertebra at a time, slowly reaching down. Great. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Extend your right leg out in front of you, lift it off the mat. Just going to do a little ankle circle with that right leg and the other way. And then you're going to curl up through your chin and your chest. So you're looking directly ahead of your knee. You're going to have a very light grip and we're going to alternate, switch and switch. So you're keeping the chest up unless you need to modify. Then you're going to keep your head and shoulders down and only do the legs. You're not gripping and pulling the knee into your chest. You're just gently tapping, one on the inside, one on the outside. We're going to take it into crisscross. So place the hands behind the head, and we're going to twist towards the knee. And across. Here again, make sure you're twisting from your waist and your rib cage and not rocking from your hips. You want your bum glued down nice and steady. One more each way. Then both legs are going to be straight. We're going to scissor and you're going to hold, pulse, pulse, switch. Modification, head goes down and you're holding closer to your body. You're holding either above or below your knee. Please don't hold directly on your knee joint. Two more each way. And then we're going to bring the knees in and we're going to do double leg, extend, arms back, legs forward for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Release down, hug it in. Just gently turn your head side to side. Release any neck tension. And extend the legs up to the ceiling. Open the arms out to the side again. And we're going to do a big circle with the feet and the legs glued together. You only going as far as your strength and range of motion flexibility will allow you. So I don't want you doing a big one and rocking and rolling your hips all around. No, no, everything's glued in very tightly. Everything's controlled from your core. And your core is all those muscles running along your spine as well. It's not just the front of your body. It wraps all the way around you like a corset. So you've got to press down hard on either side of your spine to get that motion glued. Change direction. Don't forget you're breathing in one half, out the other half. 2 more. And hug those knees in again. And let's just place the one foot down, cross the other leg all the way over. And we're going to rotate across, little spinal stretch, and then come back to the center and go across. Keep going the same way. You're going opposite to whichever leg is crossed. You should feel a nice stretch and release through your lower body. The shoulders are glued down, especially that opposite shoulder. We'll do 2 more and then we'll switch sides. Okay, let's go the other way. Here again, also notice, be aware, be mindful. Is one side a lot more flexible than the other side? And if so, then when you're doing your practice on your own and you're stretching, then you pay a little bit more attention to that side that's less flexible. 2 more, please. Good. We're going to uncross, hug those knees into your chest. You're going to roll yourself up into sitting. We're going to grab our circle. I have a circle. Good. And we're going to put the knees over the front of your circle, put it against your chest, and hug the circle. We're doing our rocker today like this. So the problem with this is, put your knees in, love. Put your knees in, sorry. The problem with this is you can't use your legs to cheat. So you have to use your core, you have to use your glutes, and we're going to roll and roll. That's it. Good. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep pulling the navel back. Press the shoulder blades down. So you want to keep the circle touching onto your sternum. So pull it up higher on your knees. Other way. Yeah, that's it. Good. Working hard through the core. Let's do 3 more. And on your last one, we're going to just keep you up here. Keep the legs up. Remove this out. So unhook it from your legs, and we're just going to press it into your chest. So just below on your sternum, just below your breast. There you go. Press, push. If you need to modify, put your heels down. If you'd like a little more challenge, then add the legs. Keep the shoulder blades down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, well done. Crisscross the legs, hinge forward. And then switch, cross the other way, and hinge forward again. So here's another time where you probably can feel a difference in the flexibility of the legs, depending which one's crossed over. And slowly coming on up. We need our roller again, and we're going to lie on our bellies. And we're going to have the roller out in front of us. So your legs are extended out behind you. And we're going to start off with a roller under your elbows, and your arms are going to be straight. And you're looking down, your head is slightly lifted off the foam roller, so you're not flopping down. And you're going to retract and lift the chest and pull those elbows and shoulders back as you roll yourself up, while still keeping the hips down. So don't lift the hips. And then you're going to push forward and release your head and chest towards the mat. And pull up. Keep nice and narrow so that you're very close as you come. Your arms are very active. Make sure you're pushing very hard into your hands, into the arms, lifting yourself up. Trying to get a big distance between your ears and the shoulders, so lengthening your neck, long spine. Please do 2 more. As I'm sure you can feel, we're working all those muscles through the back of your arms, down into below your shoulder blades, along your spine, into your lower back. Now we're going to add a slight little rotation. So walk the arms closer together, and we're going to raise one arm off. And as you lift up, you're extending and turning. And release down. We're going to do 5 more on that same side. If it's too difficult to roll in, then just turn and lift. Then just keep both arms straight and just turn. Good. Let's switch sides. Four more. Two more. Good. Just release down. You can rest your head down on the mat for a moment. We're going to keep the arms straight. So the roller is going to be closer to our elbows now. We're slightly lifted. You're not as high as you were before. And we're going to bring one heel, the foot close to your bum, and you're going to give 2 little squeezes. Squeeze, squeeze, and then reach away. And switch. Squeeze, squeeze, reach away. Make sure, though, that the shoulder blades are not up by the ears, that you're still pressing them down and away. And if you're feeling a lot of pressure in your lower back, it's probably because you've forgotten to pull your navel up and in. So you want to still keep pulling in tightly to try and flatten out your spine. Imagine you're trying to lift your belly button off the mat. That will help and take some pressure off the lower back. If you want more challenge, then lift the legs so they're not resting on the mat in between the pulses. Two more each side. Try and keep your feet as parallel as possible. Our bodies have a tendency to want to turn out when we do things like that. So try and push inwards and keep straight. Good, nicely done. Roll it in, so pull the elbows back. You just have to work the arms. So we're pressing, have it very close towards you. Yeah. With whatever your flexibility will allow you. And we're just going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Think of lengthening that spine. Good, well done. Release one hand, then the other hand. Move that away. Push yourself up nice and slowly. Come into a flat back. And then round your spine, drop your head down and just curl into that cat stretch. And then slowly, carefully sit back. Open your knees first, then sit back into your heels, into your child's pose. Thread your one arm through and under the other. Both arms are very straight. So you've got your hand facing up to the ceiling. Your feet are flat. Uncurl your toes and sit back. Let's switch. We're going to untwist and we're slowly going to come up. Good. We're going to grab our ball and we're going to sit down with our legs extended out in front of us. And we're going to melt ourselves very slowly down, one vertebra at a time, keeping those shoulder blades down. And then we're slowly going to curl up, trying to keep the legs flat, not letting the heels lift off. And melt yourself all the way forward. If you need a modification, you're going to use that ball and you're going to put it behind you. So it's going to prevent you from going all the way down. You're going to still melt yourself. When you get to your ball, you'll stop and then you can sit up nice and slowly. So you can just play around with it where you need. If you want more challenge, then it's all about the positioning of the arms. The higher the arms are lifted, the more challenging it is. So once you've figured out and chosen a spot, an angle for the arms, don't let them drop, don't let them swing back, just hold them there. We'll do 2 more like this, and then we're going to add a little variation. Good. Everyone looks really good. Just hinge forward for a few seconds here, just working into those hamstrings on your lower back. And slowly coming up. So now we're going to hold the ball in our left hand. And as we roll down, you're going to circle around to the left side, opening your arm. And then you're going to reach back behind, take it, give it to your right hand, and you're going to sit up, scooping up and around. And up. So we're going to do this 3 more times. Down to the left. And up to the right. Nice and slowly. Using your breath. Using control. Melting down the one side of your spine and peeling up the opposite side. Good. And we're going to switch now. Let's go the other way. We'll do 2 more. And then please just hinge yourself forward. You can let go, put the ball down. Just scoot those sits bones back so that you're melting from your hips, hinging forward, trying to get the back of the knees as close down as you can. Slowly coming on up. Release back onto your elbows with your knees bent. Going to raise the legs to tabletop. And you do a slight rotation and tap the toes down, and then rotate and tap. You're not allowed to roll from your shoulders or your chest or your rib cage. It all has to happen from your waist down. So if it feels like it's too much range of motion and you aren't able to keep engaged, then don't touch your feet to the floor all the way down, and just do a modified version. For those of you that want a little more challenge, arms are straight. Otherwise, we stay back down. Then if you do want more challenge, then we're going to do a straight leg. With the straight leg, you're not going all the way down to the mat. We'll do 2 more each way, please. Don't forget your breathing. We never hold our breath when we exercise. Good. Everyone go back on your elbows. From here, we're going to bicycle those legs for 10, 9. Lift your chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding out straight for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Legs go down. Deep breath in. And exhale forward again. Sits bones back and hinge down. We're going to open those legs slightly, just to the width of your mat. And just melt yourself down between those legs. And then slowly roll up. Take a deep breath, open the arms. We're going to exhale and rotate, and then hinge forward, reaching for the outside of that opposite leg. Make sure the opposite hip and bum are down. So you don't want to be rolling across. Make sure you anchor down. Deep breath in. Exhale, rotate, melt down. And up we come. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Up we come. Inhale, rotate, and hinge down. We'll just do 1 more each way. Inhale, rotate, down. And inhale, rotate, and down we go. And then go to the middle again. See if you can go a little bit lower. Really think of pressing the back of the knees down into the mat. Slide those legs together. Melt yourself forward 1 more time. And then slowly curl up 1 vertebra at a time into sitting. Crisscross the legs, hands on your shoulders. And we're just going to circle. Sit up really tall. And the other way. And reach across. Relax the shoulders. The other way. Slowly up. Take a deep breath. Arms come up. And exhale down through your heart center. Thanks, ladies.